Hi guys and welcome to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Today we're going to check out 10 or more tips and tricks so that you can dominate the scoreboard. First things first, killing. Make sure that you actively go for headshots. Try to reduce the time it takes to kill an opponent. You can do that by choosing the right gun for the situation, by improving that gun, but also by making sure that you take advantage of the damage system in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. As we all know, headshots cause the most damage, so try to actively go for headshots. Sure, you will miss some of your bullets in the beginning, but a great player like yourself will get better in no time. If you're able to aim at an enemy's torso, then you can also aim at his head. Depending on your playstyle, it's all about ADS speed. The faster you can aim down sights and start shooting, the better. So, be very careful with the attachments that you use, because quite a lot of them will slow down your ADS time. Before you select something that has a negative effect on this, make sure to do an A/B test when you've unlocked a new attachment, just to see that you can live with the negative effects or not. Make sure to limit your exposure. When you watch pro players in any game, they will always try to make sure that the enemy team has a very hard time seeing them and shooting at them. It is a matter of life and death, winning or losing, getting killed or killing. So keep the angle small, stay close to the walls and use all the cover that is available to you. Run out in the open for no reason and you will find sudden death. Take cover while reloading. Make sure that you time this right. It is crucially important that you don't mess this up. Otherwise you'll be standing there holding nothing but your dick in your hands. There's so many guys who reload instantly after making their first kill while they still have 20 bullets left in their magazine. There is no need for you to reload at this very moment. Just continue. You have more than enough bullets left to make your next kill. Only when you're safe and you have sufficient cover, then start thinking about reloading your weapon. The doors in Call of Duty Modern Warfare work in a very different way than the previous games. Do you know the fastest way to get through one of these doors? No? Great, I will show you. There are a few different ways to get through a door. Depending on the situation, you can be sneaky or aggressive in your approach. Tactical sprint is by far the fastest way to get through a door. The difference is quite big when you compare this with any of the other ways to get through this door. It's faster than sliding, faster than pressing your melee key, and faster than anything else that you can imagine. You can also do the opposite. You can also gently open doors by walking close to it. Aim down your sights and press the button that you have assigned to open the door. This will minimize the noise and you can even play it sneaky and throw in a grenade or flashbang. Have you noticed this small indicator at the top of your screen? If an enemy opens fire, the game will display his direction relative to you by showing a red diamond. It will also show their distance away from you. A large red diamond means that he is very close. A smaller diamond means that he is further away. Also be aware of the audio cues like footsteps, somebody pulling the pin of his grenade. There are a few ways to improve what you hear and how loud you hear it. Give all the different options a go on a private server, so that everything around you is quiet and so that you can focus on what you can actually hear and what not. Then change this setting and compare how loud your footsteps just became or how quiet. There is a lot of personal preference when it comes to audio settings. However, doing my test, it was very clear that I was going to go for midnight mode. It makes footsteps louder and gunfire quieter, exactly what I was looking for. These sound settings require a lot of information and this video is not really suited for that, so I will do that in a separate video. For now, try out midnight mode and let me know in the comments if it works out for you or not. Speaking about footsteps, dead silence is a great field upgrade. It makes it incredibly difficult for the enemy team to hear your footsteps, especially when they are in a gunfight themselves. Even when they stop firing, most guys won't be able to notice your super quiet footsteps. But make no mistake, it does not mean that they can't hear you. You will still cause some noise, which can still be heard by the guys with the best audio settings. On the other side, you have double time, which can be selected as your first perk. It doubles the time that you can use your tactical sprint, and the explanation matches with what actually happens in game. You will be able to sprint exactly twice as far. Is it useful? Yes? No? Sometimes? You be the judge of that. It all depends on the situation, but personally I believe that there are better perks out there. You can now change your loadout while you're in a game. A great change compared to the previous Call of Duty games, because it allows you to be more tactical about any situation and you can easily compensate for certain players on the other team. On the game modes like Search and Destroy, this can be incredibly useful because it allows you to change your strategy on the fly. Did you know that you can actually shoot and kill enemy players while you're holding a tactical in your hand, like a flash grenade or stun grenade? Well, you can. All you have to do is press your left mouse button or the button that you've assigned to shoot with your controller while you're holding a tactical. It is incredibly important to play around with these grenades, because they can be so useful, but only if used correctly. It takes exactly 5 seconds before your grenade will explode, so try to time your throw so that it will explode at the exact moment that it hits the ground. This way you make sure that your enemy does not have time to react. You also have the option to mount your weapon, which can be very useful, but it all depends on the situation. It makes your weapon incredibly stable, and it turns even the most difficult to use weapon into a super accurate laser gun. But make no mistake, you will limit your ability to move, and the stationary target can quickly become a dead target if you do that for too long. The great thing is that you can limit your exposure as well by mounting your gun. As a bonus tip, there is a way to decrease the time it takes to exit weapon mounting. Go to the options, then go to weapons and equipment and change the weapon mount exit delay and to reduce this amount to 0. Never accept these standard options and always look for a way to improve them. Your enemy will not hesitate to take advantage of any benefit he can get, so why don't you do the same? Usually, an enemy player is going to rush your position. When this happens, you will have to be incredibly fast to leave your mounted position and start shooting, because a smart player will attack you from your weak side. If you stick to the default setting, then it will take you an extra 100 milliseconds before you can move around again. Why wait that long for no reason? Change it to 0 and save yourself another 100 milliseconds for free. And this brings us back to the first tip, reducing the time it takes for you to kill your opponent. And there you have it guys, 10 or more tips and tricks for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. As you know, the likes, shares and comments are incredibly useful for me. So if you have a second, it would be great if you could help out. Thanks a lot guys. This was FOOTSTEP Gaming, thanks for watching and I will see you on the battlefield.